All right, let's start on our backs. Knees bent, feet about hip bone width apart, touching at the top. Starting to focus in on our breath. Being mindful of where the inhales go. Do you find that you're filling up your back space or your chest space or your belly space? Or are you not filling up any of those spaces? It doesn't really matter. It's just being part of the mindfulness of knowing where your breath goes when you breathe it in and how you feel through those breaths. So I'm not going to direct you to send the breath anywhere in particular. But I do want you to think about it. Try to take those inhales a little bit longer, maybe a 3 to 4 to 5 count. Pausing that breath at the top, and then exhaling out at that nice slow pace as well. Continuing to breathe even and slow. Check in with the rest of the body. Is there anywhere that's giving you some aches, some pain? Is there anywhere that feels really good? Think about how during your practice you can send breath to those areas and help them in their energy flow. Let's go ahead and slightly move those knees apart and just rock them from side to side like a windshield wiper, leaving the feet on the mat where they are. I will apologize now. I do not like the yoga pants that I am wearing today. They have a tendency to fall down as I do things. So they'll annoy me, but that's because all of the rest of my clothes are in the laundry. So hopefully nothing flashes you that should not flash you. Let's go ahead and settle those legs in on the left. Placing your arms wherever is comfortable for you. If you'd like to take that left foot and put it on top of the right thigh, if it's not uncomfortable for your knee, feel free to open that hip space a little bit more. Sending breath into that right side body. Our first hip opener of the day. And go ahead and release that left foot back down to the mat. Engage the core, and on the inhale, bring the knees back up through center, and then drop them over to the right. Again, placing that right foot on top of the left thigh, if it's comfortable for you. Not allowing that back to arch too much. Never placing the foot on the knee. Too much pressure on the knee, always on the thigh. Sending the breath into that left hip space. Go ahead and release that right foot. On the inhale, engage the core and bring the knees up to center. And bring the feet close together, touching if possible. And then moving your legs as one unit, drop them over to the left. Keeping them at a low twist, trying to keep those shoulders against the mat. You may find you need to raise your arms a bit more in that T position. And take that left hand and place it on top of the right hip and see if you can guide it a little bit farther. This is an excellent restorative twist because our knees are below our hips. It's in a lower twist. If you're ever having a rough day or a sore day, this is an excellent twist to do. It wrings out the whole body from the lungs all the way down. All those vital organs. It doesn't build energy. So if you're feeling like you're high energy or you're high stress, this is a cooling posture. So it sends all that refreshing breath and energy back into the body. Go ahead and release that left hand, engage the core, bring the knees back up to center, and cross them over to the right. Then go ahead and take that right hand and place it on top of the left hip and see if you can guide yourself a little farther in that twist. Never putting too much stress on anything. We always want to find that appropriate edge in yoga. We don't want to push too much. Goal is that knees are staying together, feet are staying together. We're breathing into that twisted body. Go ahead and release that right hand. On the inhale, bring the knees back up to center. And then pull them into the chest. Arms come up to the top. Take a few moments here to rock side to side. Massaging that lower back, especially those muscles on the side. And really press into them on that 10 and 2 o'clock position. Then go ahead and make a couple of clockwise circles. And a few counterclockwise circles. Return those knees to center above the chest. Bring the arms out to a T, keeping the knees nice and high. Twist them over to the left. This is now an energy building pose. It's the exact same twist as the previous one, but now with our knees above our hips, we're building energy here. You should be able to feel a slight difference in the twist on your back, kind of hits in a slightly higher location. But the body's revving up here. It's feeling that it's ready to work. Inhale, engage the core. Bring those knees back up to center, and then drop them over to the right on the exhale. If your knees don't make it all the way down to the floor, if those legs don't make it, feel free to put a block underneath there or a pillow. I'm trying to keep those shoulders flat against the mat, feeling the twist all across that back body. Engage the core, inhale those knees back up to center. Use the first 2 fingers of your hands to bind those big toes. Pull the knees in towards the armpit. So go ahead and straighten those legs ever so slightly into your happy baby, maybe rocking side to side. Or if you're ready to go into a wide V, feel free, but my hamstrings won't take me there, not yet. You can go one leg at a time if you want. It's fun to rock side to side in this position. Thinking about a 6 or 7 month old baby that does this all the time. There's a reason they do it. It feels good. Return to the center. Bring the knees back into the chest. Give them a good squeeze. Place the feet down on the mat. Leave the right leg bent. Cross the left leg over the right. Use the left hand to push the left knee away. Supine pigeon or lying figure 4. Maybe see if you lower that left hand. So if you slightly lower that left hand closer to the hip joint, can you push a little farther? Can you feel that opening a little bit more? Staying center or rocking side to side, whatever is comfortable for you. Release the left hand, cross the left leg all the way over to the right. Arms out like a T, drop the knees over to the right. For your eagle twist, supine eagle twist, I have a block in my way. Go. Engage those core muscles. Inhale the knees back up to center. Keeping the left leg crossed over, drop the knees over to the left. Inhale the knees back up to center. Extend the left leg up in the air. Point and flex the toes a few times. Take a couple clockwise circles, a couple of counterclockwise circles. And release that left foot back down next to the right on the mat. Cross the right foot over the left. Use the right hand to push the right leg farther from you, opening up that hip a bit more. Maybe lower that right hand closer to the hip joint. Can you push it a little bit farther? Remaining still or rocking side to side, whatever feels best for you. Release the right hand, cross the right leg all the way over. And drop those knees over to the left. For that supine eagle twist. Can you keep both shoulders against the mat? Actively work to lower those knees and lower the shoulder at the same time. Feel that stretch all the way across that right side body. Inhale, knees to center. Being sure to engage the core. Don't make the back do all the work. Use those core muscles to bring those knees up to center. And exhale over to the right. Inhale, bring the knees back to center. Extend that right leg up in the air. Point and flex the toes a few times. Make a few clockwise circles, counterclockwise circles. Wiggling the toes. Listening to all the cracks and pops and hopefully no bangs that happen in the feet. But I know mine are definitely cracking and popping. Release the right foot back down to the mat. Using your two hands next to you, slowly push yourself up to seated. Kick my block. In your nice, easy seated posture, place your hands on your knees. Make a few circles. The whole body, really arching it to the back when you move behind. Reverse the direction of your circle. And then bring ourselves up to seated. Nice and center, making sure we're sitting up on those sit bones. Back is nice and straight, like there's a hook on the top of our head, reaching all the way up to our ceiling in our sky. On the inhale, bring the arms up overhead. Rotate those hands out, and on the exhale, really push the air down and away from you. Inhale, arms come up. Keeping those shoulders away from the ears. We're not hunching up. We're keeping those shoulders nice and spaced. Exhale, push that air away down. Inhale, arms up. One more time, push that air away down. Inhale those arms up overhead. Drop the left hand behind you, bring the right hand to the left knee. On the inhale, sit a little bit taller. And on that exhale, see if you can twist a little bit farther. Taking one more breath here. Inhale, bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, drop the right hand to the back, left knee to right. No, left hand to right knee. It'd be a trick if you could bring your right knee to your left hand up in the air. Reminding ourselves to sit tall, not letting that arch in our back come in. Looking over that right shoulder. It feels good for your neck. Inhale, bring the arms up to center. Exhale, bring them down to your knees. Place the hands on the mat in front of you, or my flip-flops apparently are in the way. Just walk them out a little bit. Reaching your chest space forward, looking forward. Don't look down. You're going to arch if you look down. Trying to keep that back space nice and open. Just reaching those hands forward. Feeling it along the back of our hips. Well, I'm feeling it along the back of your hips. I'm not 100% positive where you are. Then take a nice deep inhale. And on the exhale, fold the body forward. Dropping the head. Inhale, lift the head. And on the exhale, walk the hands back. Extend the left arm out to the side, then pull it across the body, hooking it with the right hand to feel that back shoulder stretch. Take a deep breath in. See if you can sit yourself up a little bit taller, because we've probably slouched a little bit. And on the exhale, release the hands. Bring the legs out in front of you. Give them a quick little shake, and then recross them the other direction. So if you had your left leg in front first, now you want your right leg in front and vice versa, if that's comfortable for you. Sitting up nice and tall on those sit bones, place the hands on the mat in front of you and walk the hands forward. Trying to keep the back straight, looking forward, chest shining forward. Do you feel it in a different spot than you did when your legs are crossed the other direction? Take a deep inhale. On the exhale, fold the body forward, drop the head. Inhale, lift the head up. Walk the hands back. Sitting up nice and tall. Extend that right arm out to the side. Then pull it across the body using your left arm to hook that shoulder. Being mindful to sit tall. Being mindful to keep those shoulders away from ears. We don't want to hunch up. We want to make sure everything's relaxed and that we're feeling the stretch along that back shoulder. Take one more inhale. And on the exhale, release the arms to the side. Wipe the pollen off your legs if you're outside like I am, and let's come in to tabletop. We're not going to spend much time in tabletop at all. Hips are above the knees, shoulders are above the wrists. Tuck the toes behind you and just elevate the knees off the ground about 2 inches. Hold it here and engage the core. Really feel that belly button coming into your spine. We're going to hold it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Send the hips way up in the air, up on those toes for our first down dog, and settle down the heels. This is our first down dog of the day. Remember that your heels might not touch the ground. They might be more bent, and that's okay. The idea is that your arms are at like a 60-degree angle from your wrist. Your back makes a straight line with the arms all the way up to the peak of your hips. Take a moment here to walk out your dog, bending the left and right legs. And play around with your dog a little bit. Maybe bring your feet close together or send your feet out as wide as the width of the mat. Find what feels comfortable. You might be surprised that a wide-legged down dog feels better for you than a close-legged down dog. Find that comfortable position and settle in. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, walk the feet forward to meet the hands. And our first forward fold of the day. Bend your knees a lot. Place your hands on your knees. Arch the back and come rolling on up to standing. Feeling that strong mountain pose. Shoulders are away from those ears. Chest is shining forward. Hands are rotated and externally out, I should say. On the inhale, bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. To your forward fold. Inhale to your halfway lift, flat back. When you're doing a flat back, if you can get your flat back to be flat with your hands on the mat, that's great. If you can't, bring them up to your shins. You might find that you get a straighter posture there. Exhale, forward fold, hands to the mat. Inhale, staying in your forward fold, come up on your toes. Exhale, release back down. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive down. Forward fold. Inhale to your halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, place the hands on the mat, come up on your toes. Bend your knees a lot and drop your butt, but stay up on your toes. So you come into like a ball of yarn, it's called. So you're up on those toes. Knees are in front of the toes, but your hips are kind of right in line with your heels. Looking forward. Don't look down. If you look down, you're going to fall down. Stay looking forward, maybe 6-7 inches to a foot in front of your mat. Can you hug your knees? Maybe one hand at a time. Exhale, place the hands on the mat. Inhale, place your hands on the mat. Exhale, shoot the hips up in the air. Release the heels. Reverse that swan dive up. I'm going to take a step back here on my mat for our next part of the sequence because I don't want to fall off the porch. As funny as that would be for all of you to watch me fall off the porch. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, bring them to heart center. Inhale one more time, bring those hands up overhead. Swan dive down into that forward fold. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, place the hands on the mat. Come up on the toes. This time when you bend your knees out so they meet the back of your hands, back of your upper triceps. Can you hold here? Look far forward. Can you shift your weight forward so that you can pick up one foot? Maybe you pick up both feet for your crow. Do not look down in your crow. If you look down, you're going to roll. Always look forward, that's 6-7 inches forward. If you're in your crow, drop those toes. Bring the knees back together. Come all the way down into that ball of yarn. Place those hands flat on the mat. Send the hips up nice and high. Drop the heels. Inhale, reverse that swan dive. Exhale, hands to heart center. When you're working on your crow position, you're trying to bend those arms at a 90-degree angle, and they can touch the back of your triceps to balance on. Let's try that one more time. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, place the hands on the mat, come up on the toes. Push the knees out to the side, bend the elbows 90 degrees. You can rest those knees on your triceps, looking forward, making sure you're finding that drishti point. Can you lift both feet? Bring those toes back down to the mat. Bring the knees together, forward fold. Inhale, reverse that swan dive. Exhale, hands to heart center. A little challenge for today to try crow. Depending on if things go well, we're going to try side crow too, and I'll walk you through that. If you have your blocks handy, grab them, place them at whatever level you want next to your feet there. We're going to do our sun salutations on the blocks. So we're a little bit higher in our down dogs and in our runner lunges and things. So let's return to mountain. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, a little back bend. Inhale, center. Use the left hand to bind the right wrist. Exhale, crescent moon left. Inhale, center. Switch that bind. Crescent moon to the right. Inhale, center. That felt really good. I want to do it again. Use the left hand to bind the right wrist. Crescent moon to the left. Inhale, center. Switch the bind. Crescent moon to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, place your hands on your blocks. Step the left foot back. Step the right foot back, high plank. Feels a little different up here. It's a different kind of method, but you might find that you can lower your hips a bit more. Push directly back, downward facing dog. How does this feel compared to your normal down dog? Are your heels able to touch the mat? Do you have that same angle in your arms like you should? Inhale the left leg up behind you, keeping the hips square. Toes pointed down. Come up on the right toes. Look between your blocks and your hands and step that left foot between. Runner's lunge. Maybe you bounce that right foot back a bit to get a little bit stronger runner's lunge. Hips are either below or even with the knee. They're square, shining forward. Maybe you find you need to adjust the head level of your block. You want your runner's lunge to be a little bit higher. Really feel the opening in that right hip space. Leaving the right hand on the block. Inhale, lift the left arm. Twist that runner's lunge. Trying not to let those hips drop to the side, still keeping them square. Exhale, bring the left hand back down. Pop that back foot in ever so slightly. Straighten the front leg, pyramid pose. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold over that pyramid leg. Inhale, bend that front knee. Step it back, high plank. Push back, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up behind you, keeping those hips square. Come up on those left toes. Look between the hands. Step that right foot between the hands, runner's lunge. Maybe shift that back foot back a little bit, just wiggle it. Noticing where your hips are. Is your right knee above your right ankle? Are your hips square in a line? Are your pants falling down like mine? Again, sorry. Looking forward with that head space. Keeping our neck nice and long. Adjusting the block height as what feels comfortable for you. Leaving that left hand on the block. Inhale the right arm up. Twisting runner's lunge. Trying to keep those hips square. Don't let them drop too much. They're going to have to drop some. No one is Gumby. Exhale, bring those right hand back down to the block. Hop that back foot in ever so slightly. Straighten the front leg, pyramid pose. Inhale to that halfway lift. Exhale, fold over the leg. Inhale, bend that front knee. On the exhale, step the right foot back to meet the left. Pull back, downward facing dog. Go ahead and move the blocks to the side, or if you want to continue to use your blocks, you're always welcome to use them. It's always an option. You might feel more comfortable there. And if that's so, then go right ahead. Take a nice inhale, come up on those two toes. Look between the hands, bend the knees. Either walk or hop or step or do that full handstand thing. I wish I could do it. I still can't get myself there. And fold forward, bend. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, drop the hips, raise the arms. Sit back lower into chair. Make sure that your weight is shifted so that it's in the heel of your foot, not in the balls. You should be able to wiggle your toes. If you look down, you should be able to just see the tips of your toes over your knees. If you are completely blocking your toes, then shift yourself back. Arms are nice and strong. Shoulders away from ears. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, fold through. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bring the hands to the mat. Step the left foot back and the right foot back. Lower for our first chaturanga or 8-point posture. Shift forward to your upward facing dog or cobra. And then pulling back to our downward facing dog. Bring the left leg up high. Bend the knee and spin open. Looking up underneath that left armpit. Hopefully your smell's a little bit better than mine. Come up on those right toes. Look between the hands. Step that left foot between your hands. Runner's lunge. Rise up. Crescent lunge. Adjust that front foot as you need to. The knee should be above the ankle. There should be a bit of flexion in the back knee. Hips are shining forward. Shoulders away from ears. Relax those shoulders away from your ears. Hands are turned slightly in, pinkies closer than thumbs. Take a deep inhale. On the exhale, drop the left arm back, right arm forward, west side stretch. Shift forward on the inhale, reach up, reverse that west side stretch. Exhale, windmill the hands down to the mat. Step the left foot back to meet the right, and lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up behind you. Bend the knee, spin open. Come up on those left toes. Look between the hands, step the right foot between the hands. Runner's lunge. Stay up on those back toes, rise up, crescent lunge. Shift your feet as it feels comfortable for you. If you need to pull that back foot in a little bit, pull that back foot in. Front knee should be 90 degrees above the ankle, a little bit of flexion in that left leg. Arms are strong overhead. Take a deep inhale. On the exhale, drop the right arm back, left arm forward, west side stretch. Inhale, reach forward, reverse that west side stretch. Exhale, windmill the arms down to the mat. Step the right foot back to meet the left. Lower chaturanga or 8-point posture. Inhale to your upward facing dog or cobra. And pull back to your downward facing dog. Breathing here. Come up on the toes of both feet. Look between the hands. Bend the knees, hop, step, or jump to the front of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, drop the hips. Sweep the arms out in front. I'm going to take a little step back here on my mat. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Again, we're sitting nice and low in our chair. Our weight is shifted back. I'm going to twist to the left. You can hold your twist here. You can open your arms. You can bind, or you can try a side crow. In a side crow, you're going to take your hands. You're going to bring them 90-degree chaturanga arms down to probably just off your mat. Knees are nice and bent. You're going to then prop your left knee and butt on those arms, and you're going to tilt yourself forward, looking to the front. You can keep your legs here, or you can extend them out. That was a fun noise. Play around there. If you're holding that Utkatasana twist, feel free to fold forward and come back into it. Whew, exhale, forward fold. Wherever you are, we are now in a forward fold. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to that Utkatasana again, drop the hips, sweep the arms forward. Bring the hands to our center. We're twisting to the left again. Shift the weight into the left foot. Lift the right leg. Can you send the right leg back? Revolved half moon. Twist the body back forward. Warrior three. Slowly bend that front leg. Step the right leg back. 45-degree angle of that right foot. Rise up, warrior one. Shift the feet around so that you're in a nice, comfortable warrior one. Hips are shining forward. Shoulders are shining forward. Arms are strong above the head. Exhale, release the hands behind your back. Interlace the fingers. Roll the shoulders down for a back bend. Exhale, hinge forward. Humble warrior. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Release the arms overhead. Exhale, open, warrior two. Again, shift those feet around as they need to. Back foot's now parallel to the mat. You have a straight line from the top of your right hip all the way down through your feet. You got a 90-degree angle on that left leg, directly above the ankle. Hips are open, shoulders are open. Your head is wherever it's comfortable. If it's comfortable looking straight ahead, or if it's comfortable looking over your arm, it's your warrior two. Take a nice inhale. On the exhale, drop the left arm onto the left thigh. Reach the right arm high, side angle. Extend that left leg. Nope, left arm. Don't extend your left leg, you'll fall over. Extend that left arm for the ab work. Bring that left arm back down. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Straighten the front leg. Bring the arms back to a T. Kick that right hip back. Reach as far forward as you can. Come down into your triangle. If your block is nearby, grab it. Keeping that block in your hand, inhale, reverse your triangle. Bend that front left knee, return warrior two. Hop that back foot in ever so slightly, holding that main warrior two position. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, come forward onto that left leg, half moon. Feeling the extension of that right arm and right leg as if they're being suspended by puppet strings. Ooh. Bring the right hand down to meet the left, close off the hips. Bring both hands down to the mat, standing split. Bend the left leg, bring the right leg down into that little ball of yarn. Hug the knees. Take a nice inhale. On the exhale, place the hands on the mat and forward fold. Send those hips up in the air. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. We did that all on the left side, so you should know by now that means we get to do it all on the right side. Inhale, Utkatasana. I'm going to take a couple steps back. Weight shifted to the back of your feet. Sit lower into chair. Bring the hands to heart center. And twist to the right. You can hold that Utkatasana twist. You can open your arms, you can bind, or we can try side crow on this side. Again, our two hands. Turn around here. Our two hands come down to a 90-degree angle of the body. We place the thigh and the knee on the back of our triceps. I don't do it as well on this side. To come into our side crow, keeping our legs bent or extending them out. Falling over. Fun times. Bring that twist back to center or bring your side crow down into your forward fold. We're all going to meet here in a forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana. Hips are back. Be mindful of that, torso and pelvic floor. If you need to rotate the pelvis forward to get the compression out of the lower back, make sure you do that. Don't ever extend it if it's too compressed. Hands come to heart center. We twist back to the right. We shift the weight into the right foot. We lift the left leg. We extend the left leg back. Revolve half moon. Can you do this with a block or without a block? Rotate the body back to center, warrior three. Bend the right leg, slowly step back. Rise up, warrior one. Back foot's at a 45-degree angle, hips are shining forward. Arms are strong overhead. Pinkies closer than thumbs. Take a deep inhale. On the exhale, drop the hands behind. Interlace those fingers. Roll the shoulders down the back for a back bend. Take one more inhale. Then on the exhale, fold forward. Humble warrior. Keeping those legs nice and straight and strong. Inhale, release the hands, rise up, warrior one. Open, warrior two. Adjusting the feet as needed. Right leg is 90 degrees over the ankle. Back foot is parallel to the mat. We got a nice straight line from our left hip all the way down through the back of our feet. Hips are open, shoulders are open, stacked on top of each other. Arms are strong. Gaze is where it's comfortable for your neck. Take a deep inhale. On the exhale, drop the right arm to the right thigh, raise the left arm up, side angle stretch. Lift that right arm, engage the core. Bring the right arm back to the leg. Inhale, rise up, reverse that warrior. Straighten the front leg. Reverse triangle. Exhale, bring the hands back to a T position. Kick that left hip back. Reach as far forward as you can. Come down into your triangle. It's important that we kick that hip as far back as possible, like someone's jabbing us into our right hip to push that left hip out. If your block is nearby, grab that block. If it's not, come out of your triangle to grab the block. Inhale, reverse your triangle. Exhale, bend that front leg. Warrior two, our blocks in our hand. Step in that back foot if we need to. Nice and strong in those legs. We know where we're going. Take an inhale. On the exhale, come up into your half moon. Maybe you don't need to put the block on the ground. Maybe you can hold that balance up. Bring the left hand to meet the right, warrior three. Rotating those hips. Bring the hands to the mat, standing split. Come up on the left toe. Nope, those are the right toes. Come up on the right toes. Bring the left foot down to meet the right into that little ball of yarn. Give yourself a hug in this position. Place the hands on the mat. Exhale, lift the hips, forward fold. Breathing here. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, place the hands on the mat. Step the left foot back and the right foot back. Shift forward, lower chaturanga. Inhale to your upward facing dog. My block is in the way. Exhale to your downward facing dog. Taking a moment to breathe here. Grabbing a drink of water. Doing a child's pose if that's what feels good for you. But returning to our downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale. On the exhale, walk the hands back to meet the feet. Forward fold. Place opposite hand and opposite elbow and hang here for a ragdoll. Swaying side to side or just letting it hang. Place the hands on the mat. Heel toe the feet back together. Bend the knees. Place the hands above the knees. Come rolling on up to standing. Adjust these annoying pants again. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Shift the weight into the right foot. Bring the left leg up for your tree, either to your inner thigh or your shin, wherever is comfortable for you. Ideally, your knee is 90 degrees out from the side, but some of our hips don't get us there. We might be at like a 45-degree angle. Inhale, grow your tree. On the exhale, sway the arms back and forth. Make yourself a flowing tree. Can you hold that balance as those arms blow in the breeze? Inhale, bring the arms back to center. Exhale, release the leg, one-legged mountain. Step it slightly forward. Bring the hands to heart center. Warrior three. Trying to bring ourselves in that T position. Inhale, rise up. Bring the right leg up to one-legged mountain. Take a step forward. Cross the left leg over the right. Hands at heart center. Standing pigeon. Hold it here for a moment. If you want to try a pigeon balance, you can place your hands on the mat in front of you and you use the same chaturanga arms that we use in crow. I would love to say that I can do this with my legs are just not going to let me today. But it is always good to see if you can get your hands down to the mat or even onto a block. You can feel a little bit deeper in that pigeon stretch. Inhale, rise back up, one-legged mountain. Cross the knee all the way over. Hug the arms in front of you for your eagle pose. Open the arms wide. Come up on the right toes. Flying eagle. Can I come up there? There we go. Drop the right heel. Inhale, one-legged mountain. Exhale, drop the left leg down, Utkatasana. Making sure that pelvic is curved under. We don't want too much compression in that back body. Take an inhale. On the exhale, fold forward. Lift those hips, forward fold. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale, place your hands on the mat. Step the left foot back and the right foot back. Shift forward, lower chaturanga. We'll meet in our downward facing dog. Breathing here. Take a nice inhale. On the exhale, walk the hands back all the way to meet the feet. Maybe place the hands underneath the foot, Padahastasana. Massage out those wrists. If you need to, bend the knees. Or you can bind those toes if you can't quite get your hands underneath. Or if your fingers don't touch your toes, you can still keep working on that. Anne Marie and Kathleen told me the other day, Actually, I think Kathleen sent it in a text. If God meant for me to touch my toes, he would have put them on my knees. Neither one of them can touch their toes, the poor girls. Release those hands. Heel toe those feet back together. Bend the knees a lot. Place your hands above the knees and come rolling on up to standing. We get to do this now on the other side. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Shift the weight into the left foot. Bring the right leg up to your thigh or your shin for your tree. Finding that balance. Inhale, grow your tree. Keeping arms steady, or go ahead and see if you can move them side to side. Can you be a flowing yet strong tree? Inhale, return strong to center. Exhale, bring that right leg out in front, one-legged mountain. Step it forward, hands to heart center, balancing on that right leg, warrior three. Your body's like a seesaw. You can feel the straight line coming out from your left heel all the way out the top of your head. It moves together. Inhale, rise up, bring that left leg up to a one-legged mountain. Step it forward. Inhale the right leg up to a one-legged mountain. Cross it over the left, standing pigeon. Hands come to heart center. You sit low and back like you're in a Utkatasana. And then you fall over. Whee! Let's try that again. Hopefully you do not fall over. You choose your level of bent knee. You can stay up tall. You can sit really low. You can bring those hands all the way down to the mat. Wherever you are, rise up to that one-legged mountain. Cross the right leg over for your eagle. Hug yourself in the front. Standing nice and tall. Can you come up on those left toes? Spread the arms wide, flying eagle. Apparently I cannot. Exhale, release back down on the heel. Rise up one-legged mountain. Drop the right foot down to meet the left, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, place your hands on the mat. Step the right foot back, then the left foot back. Holding here in high plank. Shift forward for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shift back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the left forearm to the mat, right forearm to the mat. Shift forward and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shift back and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right hand to the mat, left hand to the mat, high plank. Shift forward and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shift back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right hand to the mat, right forearm to the mat, left forearm to the mat. Shift forward and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shift back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left hand to the mat, right hand to the mat. Pull back. Downward facing dog. Hopefully you can feel that burn in the abs there. Inhale, look forward between the hands. Drop the knees, tabletop. Untuck the toes, push back, child's pose. Taking a deep breath here. Inhale, rise up to your tabletop. And then just come down into a seated posture. Feet are out in front. Back's nice and straight. Lift those feet, lift the arms into a boat. Straighten the legs if you can. And hold. Lower down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold in that low boat position for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage those cores. Come all the way up into that high boat. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the feet, hug the knees, seated child. Inhale, lift the head, bring the arms out in front, and just lower slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Bringing feet about hip bone distance apart. Take a nice inhale, and on the exhale, lift those hips up into your bridge. Pressing those hips forward. Our Care Bear stare here. Hands are at the side. Whether they're face down or face up is up to you. One more inhale here, and lower one vertebrae at a time. Soles with the feet together, knees to opposite sides, hands overhead into opposite elbows. Supta Baddha Konasana, which is not only fun to say, it's fun to do. Trying to keep that back flat against the mat. Don't let that lower back arch. Inhale, bring the knees up to center. If you have your block handy, take your block and put it just underneath your tailbone. Lift those legs up in the air. Keep them nice and straight. This is affectionately known as legs up the wall pose. If you have a wall that you'd like to put your legs up, then feel free. We're just going to hang here. Let the blood that's in our feet come back down. You can wiggle your toes if you want. You can move your feet around. This is a passive pose, but it's still pretty active. You don't want your legs being jello. You want them nice and straight. Take a nice inhale. On the exhale, bring the knees into the chest, remove the block. Hug those knees in. Keep the left knee in, send the right leg long. Pull that left knee in outside the rib cage. Maybe rock from side to side or a couple of circles. And when you're ready, send the left arm out long. Take an inhale. And on the exhale, use the right hand to pull that left leg over for our full body twist. Inhale the right leg back to center. Nope, it's your left leg. Inhale your left leg back to center. Give it a nice squeeze in at the chest. Take a deep inhale. On the exhale, extend the leg long, arms overhead, full body stretch, sigh it out. Inhale the right knee into the chest. Give it a good squeeze, pull it outside that rib cage. Rock from side to side or make a couple of circles. Take a deep inhale. Send that right arm out long. Use that left hand to pull the right knee over, full body twist. Trying to keep those shoulders flat against the mat. Can you get that knee all the way down? Maybe use a block if you can't. Maybe use a pillow if a block is just too much. I love in adjusting classes when someone comes along and they push down on your shoulder and your knee at the same time. It feels so good. I can't get Dodge to do it. He's not big enough. Plus, he just licks my face when I'm in this position. Inhale that right knee back to center. Give it a good squeeze. Exhale, send the right leg long, arms overhead, full body stretch, side out. And settle in here for your Shavasana, which I've totally cut you short on. Allow the breath to return to normal. Thanking yourself for all the work that you did today. Being grateful that your body was able to help you stay strong. Maybe you tried a new position. Maybe you've never done side crow before, but you were able to get there. Maybe you weren't able to get there today, but you're ready to try it again on the next class. Allowing the mind to rest. Start to bring awareness to the space around you. Maybe wiggle those fingers and toes. Rock the head from side to side. And when you're ready, we'll meet on the right side. Before pushing ourselves up to seated. If you would like to turn your video and sound on, you're welcome to for our ending class. Namaste. It's nice to see everybody. I know Sue had to leave early. Sitting up nice and tall, we bring our hands to heart center. We thank for the kindness of the world and the kindness that can be. We raise our thumbs to our lips for the kind words that we speak. And we raise our hands to our third eye center to send kind thoughts out to those around us. From the light that shines in me to the light that shines in you, we bow to one another and say, Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, ladies, for the privilege of being your teacher on this fine Wednesday evening. I hope you enjoyed.
Thanks, Stace.